Hi, it's Jenny Brew from Nomadic Hero. In this video, I will dig into the underlying reasons the pricing of products in Warrior Plus take into account. Specifically, I'll look at one-time fees versus subscription fees. These would usually be paid monthly. When I'm looking at products here, I am referring to software in the main. If you want to understand the structure, please stay to the end of the video. Now, before I start, if you haven't been to this channel before, please subscribe, ring the bell, and look for future updates. Let's get started. Now, I'm going to start by looking at some examples in Warrior Plus. Specifically, we're going to look at the vendor, the structure of their sales funnel, and the actual complexity of the product itself, because each of these things does actually play a part as far as setting out the pricing structure. So when in Warrior Plus, affiliate offers, just to see how these things shape up. Now, these are all the products or offers that are on sale for the moment. So if we take any one of these, for example, we might look at Brendan Mace. Now, he's a creator. He will be selling at the moment this product called Loophole to Profits. So you can get a photo and so forth. And this tells you all the products that he has created. He is prolific of all these products that he's been releasing over the last 63, in fact, over the last little while. What it's telling you here is, one, that he's very prolific, two, that they keep coming out virtually every month. And we can find that out if we look at Muncheye. It is the internet marketing launch sort of advisor. You can go in here and see when all the new products are being released. These are all the ones. If I look at Brendan Mace, you can actually look at the dates, and they're coming out every month, sometimes twice a month. Now, the reason I'm showing you this is that when these products are coming out so frequently, to what capacity these products are going to be supported in the future. That is, if there's anything that goes wrong with them, they've got bugs, anything that needs to be fixed, there might be new legislation. When you've got a prolific creator like this, the likelihood of the support being there in the next 12 months, 2 years, starts to get a bit hazy. Let's have a look at another one. Now, this time we'll look at this product called Energize. Now, Super Warriors is in fact a fellow by the name of Glinkowski, and you'll get the same scenario here. You'll see that this person has been selling a lot of product. In fact, there's 33 products on view at the moment, and the most recent one being this product called Energize. Now, this one's got 4.5 stars, where most of the other ones, so this one's actually doing a bit better than some of the other ones. But if you look at this gives you some idea of the rating out there in their audience. 1,440 reviews gives them a 3 out of a 5. Well, only just scraping a 3 out of 5, and I think Brendan Mace's was a bit lower than that. So this gives you a flavour for the types of vendors that they are. What we need to do now is just have a look to see how the products are priced, whether they're one-off pricing or whether they're in fact a recurring or a subscription type pricing, and see what that reveals. We're still on the Energize product by Glinkowski. I've just clicked onto the actual product name itself to get some more information. Now, this gives me an overview here of the product. It's software, online software, website membership, the different categories, keywords and so forth, and this tells you a little bit about the underlying JV contest and so forth. But what I'm focusing on here is the funnel map and the products. Now, there are 22 products in this. You only see the front end when you see the sales page. Okay, so there's 22 of those, and this is what the actual map looks like. So if we look at the funnel map, what we're trying to do is get an idea for how complicated this map is, because this does affect the pricing, how many details there are in here. So this is the front end product, which will be selling for a fairly low price of around $17 or something like that, or even $14 if you get it on early bird. This then takes away, this will be an upsell that takes away any limitations that are in this lower end product, which is what's called unlimited. Now, the real issue here and this is done quite deliberately sometimes, is there are some aspects of this that are missing that actually need to be unlimited, and you don't really get much of a product if you just buy the front end. Some are complete and some aren't, so you need to be careful of that, because while we can make this front end product look very cheap, it in fact may need this and it may need that one to run properly. And this is why you've got to be very careful with these OTOs and the downsells. So the blue represents the upsell. If they don't buy the upsell, then they'll be offered a downsell, which will remove some part of the product to try and make the sale. But as you can see with this one, if you go through this funnel, it is huge. And then you finally get to the end. When you get to the end, you know you've entered the white label by the whole product type basis. If we have a look at the different products that are in there, these are the same ones we've just seen. So you can see the names of them. This is where you start, and then it moves on, and you can see each price as it happens. Now all of these are one-offs. If they weren't one-offs, it would tell me that they were recurring. So every single aspect of this is being done right at the very front, so they get all the money through the door if you just happen to buy all of those products. That's a total one-off. And where you pay all your money up front, you need to be very careful about refund policy. Are they known to be difficult to get refunds? And some are and some aren't, so you do need to do some due diligence on any of these products before you buy them. Now let's have a quick look at secret email system. Right, this is the product, the funnel map, and the products. There are 5 products shown in this one. These last 2 are recurring products. As you can see, there's a little I here which says $84 a year or $10 a month, so you get a bit of a discount if you buy the yearly product, and these will be one-time offers here. Now this is a much simpler product. The funnel map looks like that, which as you can see is much simpler. The fact that there is a recurring offer in this funnel, for me, makes it a bit more reassuring that there is some ongoing effort to provide support and to keep these products updated as they're required. Now I've done a recent review on this product called Fast Commission Generator, and basically it was focused around an app, a brand new app that had never been seen before, and you will see this a lot in these products. The one-time app comes from a company called codecanyon.net. That is the website address. You can go in there and just purchase code. It's based on open source code. Then it can be used to create these products. Now let's have a look at Code Canyon. Now this is the website, codecanyon.net, and as you can see, it's a marketplace for WordPress plugins, PHP scripts, mobile app templates, and so forth. So there's a lot of products for sale in here that are based on open source code. The thing about purchasing software from here, which is what some vendors do, is that sometimes it's not very good. It's poorly coded, and sometimes they have bugs. They just don't quite work. So whoever buys it, it really depends on their integrity as to whether they follow through and get this to work properly. If you've got a very simple software, it's probably okay, but with a lot of these ones, they tend to be focused on chatbots, which are quite dangerous, and you know, it's a lot of frequent updates, and they will only continue to exist so long as the vendor can keep the program updated. So if you buy a product that is based on, for example, a chatbot, you'll know that there's a fairly heavy sort of requirement for update and support on the back end of that, and it really does depend on the vendor to sell that. If they're selling it as a one-time fee, then they're not really counting in that ongoing obligation while you're actually using that particular product. So let's have a look at some of these products that are out there, in particular the one that was associated with that commission software that I just referred to you. Now, just to give you some idea of what a chatbot is like on Code Canyon, we've got MaxBot here, which is one that is quite popular. What you should be looking at here, you can see that there's been 218 sales. It was last taped on the 6th of May, which is not very long ago. Now, it's always important to have a look at the last updates on these, because you can get some that haven't had anything done to them for 3 years and they'll be absolutely out of date and probably not working by that stage. This has a lot of moving parts. If you have a look through it, you can see that it talks to all the different versions of WordPress. There's a lot of interaction with customer support here, whatever that looks like, and WooCommerce, so you've got e-commerce happening in there, and so it goes on. You could take the time to have a look through this. It's quite amazing the amount of detail that's in here. But at the back you've got the change log, and these are all the changes that are going on continuously at the end of the product. It's important when using Code Canyon to understand the licenses you get for using these products. The regular license is $47. It's got future updates locked in there, 6 months of support. Now, this is what you're always looking for, is the updates and the support that goes with it, and the bug fixing. And if you want to extend your support to 12 months, and if you read this license, you only get 6 months worth of support, you then have to pay another $16.50. So the bottom line is you've got to be very careful with the type of licenses you buy here. So $49 for regular, and you can get an extended license. And the difference between the two is this one is you can include it for a single end product, which is basically a free product to the end user. Or if you want your end user to be able to use the product as well, you can pay this extended license of $209. Just notice the interaction here that it has with third parties. It's got to be able to be compatible with these browsers, all these software versions, and so forth. So, you know, there's a lot of moving parts in a chatbot. And when you actually purchase these things, I think the bottom line is really you've got to be able to continue to take an interest and make sure that the support and the updates are always happening. And a lot of these products that are offered on Warrior Plus that are advertising never seen before app, this is where they come from, and they really do need to be watched quite closely to make sure they can continue to support. Just looking at the license details, and it's more of what we've seen. So there's your regular, and you can view the full license and extended, and this is what we've said. So anyway, it's worthwhile understanding those licenses. Now, I mentioned a previous product before. Now, you'll find quite a few of the products out of Warrior Plus and JVZoo too do have these types of apps. And this one, G Lead Grabber, what that is, it's an app that actually goes through Google, scrapes email addresses. And this is the sort of stuff you can get in here as well. So you can scrape email addresses, you can scrape telephone numbers for SMS. You can see here, there's a Facebook email extractor. There's one for Twitter, email extractor, one for Wiki, Twitter, and there's one for Instagram and so. But the particular one I looked at was this one, and that had a regular license of $29. But what puzzled me about this one, even though it was being used and being sold very recently on that program that I just showed you before, it said the creator does not support the item. So there is no support. Why would you put a product out that has no support? It just means it's going to stay alive for a short period of time, and then it won't be able to be used anymore unless those vendors get this person to update. The regular license, $29. The extended license in this case was $620. So anyway, that was the product. But the thing that was sort of interesting about it was, one, it had no support, and two, it said there's a disclaimer on this tool because it is doing scraping, which is not encouraged and is frowned upon. This tool is not associated with any brand or website. We do not take any responsibility how you use this tool. It simply automates things which you naturally can do. That's their disclaimer, so use it at your own peril. Don't look back for any support from the product either. So this is why you've got to check this sort of apps, because you know, this is a bit unscrupulous using this sort of product when it has no support at all. Well, that takes me to the end of this video. I hope you found some value in this video, and if you haven't subscribed before, please subscribe, give me a like, and ring the bell for future updates. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.